Stop.
That lawnmower. That's it. Yeah. Stop that. Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know.
And made a post and basically told Roach. He tagged Lamar Roach and he said, "Look, you're not getting that fight with Tank."
A day in the life of Gervonta Davis, as he prepares for Jake Paul, is all about focus and hard work. Every session is built around sharpness, power, and speed. From conditioning drills to sparring, he remains disciplined and locked in on his goals. Each workout reflects his determination to prove he is ready for the challenge ahead, leaving no room for distractions. Rolando Romero's comments bring a balanced perspective to the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight. He emphasizes that Tank's legacy is secure regardless of the outcome. As a world champion with significant achievements already under his belt, Davis does not need to prove himself against Jake Paul. However, Romero acknowledges that Jake's size is a legitimate factor. Being naturally bigger gives Paul a physical advantage, but it does not diminish the respect and accolades Tank has already earned.
Paul might be too big for him, but like Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know. Like I said, or it's an exhibition. We don't know if they throw at each other or not, or we don't know. I don't know. I can't give an opinion because I don't know what's going on.
Do you think it impacts, will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were, to beat him or even, knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
You know, some people trying to give, that's fair, some people trying to give Tank a hard time. They're saying, he should have took a fight with Lamar Roach or Shakur Stevenson. But when you think about it, do you think this is business and look, he's getting a bag, or is there some validity to people saying that he ducked Roach?
I mean, there's still other options, you know. It's bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him. Same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or all that stuff, right?
Paulie Malignaggi highlights the crucial distinction between experience and size. While Jake Paul has gained popularity and physical strength, Malignaggi insists that boxing experience outweighs brute force. Gervonta Davis has competed on the biggest stages, headlined massive events, and faced elite opponents. No matter how big Jake Paul is, he cannot match the years of training, ring IQ, and adaptability that Tank brings. Malignaggi's assessment underscores the idea that in boxing, skill and experience often decide outcomes over size alone.
I think Davis is more to lose because he's the bona fide world champion. I don't care if he's much smaller. I think Jake Paul has sort of plateaued as far as where his boxing is concerned. It's rather low level. Yeah. He's big, he's physical, he's strong, he can hit. So there is that risk. Davis, at lightweight, you're in a moment where it's too physical for you. You can clinch. Against the heavyweight, where you clinching? You ain't getting out of that corner just clinching anymore if you run out of space. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But Davis, listen, there's a lot of talking points that I'm sure we'll get into when this gets closer to the fight. Davis can still punch at lightweight. Can he drop a heavyweight? There's a lot to gain there, right? If Davis knocks
the answer is yes.
If Davis drops Jake on his ass, as much as Davis is the one with more to lose, it's still a highlight moment.
A visual that will stay forever.
Yeah. But if you get dropped, even if you're smaller, you're still a world champion in multiple weight classes. If you get dropped, what's the look? What's the feel? On the inside as boxers, me and, Chris Algieri, the champ, even you, Jimmy, you have fight experience. So we know that the risk is a big guy that big hits you, you're probably going down if you're a small guy, if he hits you clean. So we know the risk, but how does it look to the public eye who don't understand that? You know what I mean? The public. So there is a lot to lose, though. There's a bit to gain. I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with this had Davis's career arc been one that benefited boxing. Davis was manufactured and put into a position where he's supposed to benefit boxing. And I don't think he has. I think he's hurt boxing. So by giving him this reward, that's my problem. Why are we watching this? Why don't you make him earn his spot that he still hasn't earned, Mike?
Teofimo Lopez frames the event as more spectacle than sport. In his view, the fight is not about legacy or rankings, but about entertainment and financial gain. He acknowledges that both Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis stand to earn enormous sums, which should not be overlooked. While it may not carry the weight of a world championship bout, Lopez believes it is still good for boxing. By drawing mainstream attention, even an exhibition-style fight can attract new fans and expand the sport's reach.
Really invested on it, and I'm actually very happy for Gervonta and Jake. I really am, man. It's good for the sport in some way, you know?
So a heavyweight versus a lightweight.
Yeah.
You got a fly hit me, yeah. A heavyweight versus a lightweight. How's this going to work?
Hey, they make it work. It's an exhibition for a reason. So, you know, they know what they're doing. And, you know, shout out to Netflix and shout out to both of them, honestly. Like I said, I think a lot of people in the boxing world are kind of upset. I could care less. I think they're going to go out there and make their money. It falls on the number 8 for a reason. They're going to make a lot of money.
Have you got a prediction for that fight?
My prediction, a show. A show.
Well, clearly it's a show, but
Yeah.
when you've got a lot of people underestimating Jake Paul once again, but when you've got a heavyweight boxer who knows how to throw punches and knows the basics
You might
against
see,
a lightweight,
you know what
it's
I'm
quite a
thinking?
difference. I mean, have you sparred heavyweights before?
Yeah.
For competitive sparring in the ring?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, not at all. Definitely got to move. I've actually played around a few times, went through between their legs
Oh,
just
right,
to
really?
duck around. But yeah, because they're taller, you know. But I think for that competition, that fight, it reminds me a lot like The Big Show, and Floyd Mayweather when they fought in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And will that end the same way?
Possibly, maybe some brass knuckles in there too.
Can you see Jake Paul knocking out Gervonta Davis?
It's boxing, man. And if it's a show like this, anything goes, anything happens.
Nate Diaz, known for his blunt honesty, dismisses the matchup entirely. To him, the fight offers no genuine competitive value. He argues that no matter who wins, the outcome does not meaningfully enhance either fighter's career. Diaz labels it as a show designed purely for entertainment, comparing it to professional wrestling or staged events. His perspective cuts through the hype, portraying the fight as a sideshow rather than a legitimate sporting contest.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna be Jake Paul.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small?
it just I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the
I
fight?
don't want to lose to somebody else. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm
it's a
not
good
hating
fight?
on the fight, but I think my thoughts on it is let's watch it, see what happens.
Ryan Garcia said that boxing is turning into WWE.
Yeah, that's
with that type of matchup. You agree? Last thing, White House card, like he said, you want Conor McGregor?
Yeah, but the whole thing's on WWE, so
Right.
it's like, at least that's happening and it's getting something to talk about, something to watch, and I'm looking forward to that fight. Actually,
Jeff Mayweather echoes Nate Diaz's skepticism with equal bluntness. He finds the matchup unusual and questions the motivation behind it. To him, there is little logic in pairing an established champion like Tank with a YouTube star-turned-boxer in Jake Paul. While he acknowledges the business side of the sport, he still views the event as odd, bordering on unnecessary. His commentary reflects the confusion many traditional boxing fans feel about crossover fights.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank, and I mean, but with it being exhibition, makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting, but I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be when maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
KSI, who has experience in the influencer boxing scene himself, sheds light on Jake Paul's promotional tactics. According to him, rumors of Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua were never realistic. Instead, KSI claims they were designed to stir hype and mislead the public. In his view, the fight with Tank is just another step in Jake's strategy of generating buzz rather than pursuing legitimate heavyweight-level competition. KSI's words highlight the theatrical and often manipulative nature of modern boxing promotions.